Hey guys, this is Hayes with CheatSheetPros.com. Today we're going to take a look at some college basketball picks for Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. I was doing some research this evening. It is Monday night, about 9 o'clock when I'm recording this, and I found five, maybe six games that I really liked, so I'm going to run down, and they're pretty much in order of my favorite down. So the very first game, let's go ahead and get started, is Akron minus 7.5 over Bowling Green. So on this game, to me, when I saw this line, I thought it was ridiculous. Now our consensus model here only has basically Akron minus 9, so we're pretty close to the spread, so it doesn't pop. But if you look here on the road, Bowling Green is 3-8, Akron is 10-3. So completely different there. And what I love about this game is these two have already played back on January 20th, and Akron went to Bowling Green, so they were on the road for that matchup, and they beat them 91-66, and now they get to play them again at home. So they just completely thumped them on the road, and now they get to play them at home, and the spread's only 7.5. That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the 7.5. And Bowling Green also just lost to Miami of Ohio 94-78 3 games ago, and Akron's beat that team twice, 66-55 and 71-59. So I feel pretty good about Akron here at home taking this W. Now the second favorite game I have is an under, and it just seems silly because I don't like unders. Okay, oh, did I spell that wrong? Oh, it likes to spell that. I got to manipulate the sheet a little bit because I won't run it till in the morning, so I got to type in some of the plays to get some of the stats here to show you. So this game, I figured it might, if it would have opened up at an over-under of 99, I wouldn't have been shocked. I was blown away. I had my eye on this game for quite a while, and you can see here both of these teams are trendy underplays, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up this last game where they played because this really kind of sold me on it. So while that's loading up here, so you can see here, San Diego State, they're a 15-8 underplay, and then Boise State is a 15-11 underplay. So they only hit the over 35 and 42% of the time. So you'll see on the sheet this, well, that's not supposed to be there. You'll see this trendy underpick. And that just means if the home and road, if it's less than 50% and it exceeds 10% plus or minus, it'll pop up this trendy pick. I accidentally confused some people when I put a number on there because some people thought it was projecting a total, so I do apologize about that. So on this game, the one thing that should jump out at you is defense. First and 11th, we have two very strong defensive teams. And the second, these guys are slow as shit. They play at the 275th and 303rd slowest pace. I mean, watching these is it's like paint dry. It's just absolutely nuts. So you can see here, you don't have to pay attention to these tempo numbers. We projected about 1.86, and this is going to get down into the low 60s as far as a possession. Now, the last time these two teams played, we had, where did we go? San Diego State. So they played here on January 22nd, and the game was 42-37. I mean, that's insane. 42-37. There's football games that score more points than that. And this is going to be hard for you to see because it's hard for me to see on my screen. But at halftime, it was 23-22, and the second half, it was 20-14. I mean, they didn't even combine for 80 points. And so it opened at 119.5, so I will gladly take the under there all day. That thing is just screaming under. So that is the second favorite play that I like. Now the third one is going to be a team that we've been on quite a bit, and that's going to be Buffalo at Miami. Let me see how they spell this. Miami of Ohio. I'm going to flip back here. So Buffalo's been really good for us. They're 16-8 on the season. They're 12-10 against the spread play. Miami of Ohio, I really don't worry about. Look at their numbers here. They're 6-17 overall, so they only cover 26% of the time. And at home, they're only a 36% ATS play. So this is a game that we really like, Buffalo. And I was surprised to see that. Let's see, where'd we go? So Buffalo's won 6 straight games, including demolishing Eastern Michigan 102-64, beat them by almost 40 points. And then Eastern Michigan turned around and beat Miami of Ohio 85-75. So that was kind of an eye-opener. Our college hoops model, you can see we have a consensus average here of Buffalo minus 12, so I'm glad to lay the lesser number. It's less than half that, so I was happy to see that. Buffalo also knocked off Ball State 80-74, and then Ball State turned around and beat Miami of Ohio 81-64. So you kind of get the idea. So if Buffalo goes in and they beat up a team pretty easy, and then that team turns around and beats Miami of Ohio, if we start to see that multiple times, then we get to where we really like a side on plays that are going to cover one way or another. So that would be my number 3 favorite play. Number 4 is going to be Toledo at Western Michigan. So this line is 12.5, and this is one where I want to do my first half strategy where you lay the first half spread. If they cover it, you get a win, you're good. If they don't cover it, then come back with a hammer on the second half. We see this over and over in college basketball. What I love about this is we have Toledo 21-6 versus Western Michigan, who's 6-21, and then Toledo's been great. I mean, look, they're 18-8 against the spread. 69% of the time they're covering. They're 9-3 on the road. They cover 75% of the time. Western Michigan, so-so, 52%, 56% at home, nothing great. Our consensus model here, we have a huge difference. So we have Toledo by 25 points. So that's a big difference. And then Western Michigan, you can see they also rank 285th, 347th, and 319th in offense, defense, and pace. That's just ugly. Back on December 29th, these two teams played, and Toledo easily won 83-56, and they were up 40-25 at the half. And they went on to outscore them even in the second half, 43-31. Toledo right now, they're the number 1 team in the MAC, and they've beat really solid teams like Ohio. They beat them twice, 77-62 and 87-69, and they beat Buffalo, a team we just talked about that's really good, 86-75. And then Ohio, a team that Toledo was thumped on twice, beat Western Michigan 77-64, so by double digits. And then Buffalo just played Western Michigan and rolled them 87-73. Western Michigan's currently 12th in the MAC, so there's no way the number 12 team's knocking off the number 1 team this close to the tournament, because my model says so, and I'm going to go with it. I'm going to give you another game here. We're going to go with Northern Illinois and Eastern Michigan. So let me see how this one's in. So we got Northern Illinois, and I think it's just Michigan. Okay. All right, so this is a game I was shocked. Eastern Michigan, when I looked on ESPN, they were actually a favorite. So let me see if I can pull it up here. They were a 3.5. Yeah, so right here it's got Eastern Michigan University minus 3.5. When I saw that, I was blown away. I was shocked. Yeah, if you look at it on the surface, Eastern Michigan's at home. They're 9-18. Northern Illinois is 8-17. Both about the same team, but I love a money line play on Northern Illinois in this spot. And the reason is, like, both teams have the same record, but look here on the road. So Northern Illinois, they're 10-5 against the spread on the road. They're covering 67% of the time. EMU's only a 50% home cover, 6-6. But these recent games really jumped out at me. And now I will say that our college model has Eastern Michigan minus 1.5, but this is a game that I disagree with our model. Neither one of these teams is good, but I can get plus money with the team that already won this matchup. Northern Illinois beat EMU 77-70, so by 7 points back on January 17th at home, and the only difference is now they travel on the road to EMU, and EMU's not a great home team that you need to avoid. And Northern Illinois, we said they were great road play. See. So I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about the 9th and the 11th teams in the MAC. I'm just saying I like a money line unit on the money line here for Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois also beat Akron 66-63 on the road in Akron, and then they turned around and beat EMU 67-48. So that's one of the little eye-openers there. So I was shocked to see EMU as a favorite. So I don't know what the money line is. It's probably plus 130, 135, plus 140. But either way, we're getting plus money on two teams that aren't good. Northern Illinois has won more games recently. Eastern Michigan is not strong at home, so that's one that we do like. So those are my 5 favorite plays. Another one that I'm looking into is St. Bonaventure minus 8.5. I'm still looking into that one. That one I might post on Twitter tomorrow. That's going to be kind of a tricky one. And I got one more So Charleston, I had written up to go over with you guys as a dog, but now you can see this line moved over. So originally, when I first saw it, they were a dog, and Northeastern was favored. So I was like writing all this up and doing all this research and putting it in here as a play, but now the line's kind of moved over to Charleston -1, so I didn't put it in the little screenshot article that I'm going to post for everybody tomorrow morning. So, but when you look at this game, I do like Charleston in this spot. I don't like putting a lot of money on teams that are ranked outside the top 250 or 300 just because they're very inconsistent. But you can see here, both of these teams are about the same, but Charleston's got a few wins under their belt. They've won 4 of the last 7 games. And then you can see Northeastern here, they're 1-15 out of the last 16 games. So it's pretty much pick 'em at this point. It's going to open at pick or Charleston -1. And I like that because they played Northeastern back on the 29th and killed them. They beat them 81-63. And in that game, it was tight at the first half. It was 41-39. They were leading by 2. But the second half, they went on to outscore them 40-24. So I was hoping Charleston was going to be +3 and we could get another 130, 140 money line. But now they've moved to pick -1. I don't mind throwing a unit on it. I mean, neither team is great. You can see Charleston, they're 3-5 in conference play, and Northeastern's 0-10. So I don't mind a play there on Charleston. So that's kind of what I got right now. And then just to recap the favorite plays that we have Akron -7.5 over Bowling Green. We have San Diego State, Boise State going under 119.5. Those are my 2 favorite plays. And then Buffalo, Toledo would be my next 2. And then Northern Illinois' money line play would slide in there because it slides down to the bottom because my model is a little bit different. So I'm always leery of going against it. So that's what I got. Hope you guys like it. Subscribe to the channel down below, and let's get on track, go make some money.